Hey everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 25, Zielonka Hard Mode, episode 63. It is now March. The chickens are good as of last month, and the canola is done processing. So we do have a little bit more room in the canola since we're not going to harvest canola again until July, so we could actually get another a bit more canola fit in. But it's March. It is actually planting time for sunflowers. So we are going to go down and use our sunflower, well, use our planter on our new big field. That is the plan. After that, I don't think we will actually have anything else to do until sometime later. Uh, Obviously, we will be harvesting canola in July-ish, and then we'll eventually be able to harvest this sunflower in October, I believe. So we're just going to get right down to it and get this field planted. And let's start with a steering assist. There we go. And we got sunflower loaded up and liquid fertilizer. And off we go. Oops. Maybe not quite off we go. I want this thing to be... Wow. It does not like to go straight, that's for sure. Let's try that again. Alright. Alright, here we go. Okay, that is sunflower planted. And given we don't do a sunflower or anything anywhere else right now, I am just going to leave this guy down here again. Not quite in the way. like not in the place I first left it, but just down here along the side, over kind of by the sunflower header in this field. And again, if somebody complains, I'll move it. But that's about all we can do here in March. In April, we can hit this field with another coat. Oh no, we won't need to hit it with any fertilizer because it was fully fertilized when we bought it. As we can see, after we get through the saving, as we can see here, it was already fertilized, so we are good there. That is a big field for this map. There are a few bigger ones, but that is one of the bigger fields. So it's cool that we own it. And then we'll have to buy this one and all of these. It does kind of make sense, however, to think about owning that farm there. It's only 149,000, I think, for the field, and 145,000 for the field and the farmyard. We could dump the farmhouse itself and install a shed and keep stuff down there if we wanted to. Although, in the end, it's just about global hegemony, right? We want to own the entire map one day. But in the meantime, we will just keep on making our money, and eventually we will. We will own the entire map. Although I don't know if I'll be able to actually farm it all or not. So yeah, like I said, that's about all we can do in March, except for standard maintenance. Which we will do. Still 9,000, good. Chickens are doing great. It might be cool to get another chicken house or something along those lines, but no, we're gonna do cows next, and we're gonna put cows in 9 because we have all of this. There's the stream thing, but it's not really gonna be too big a deal. We can put a cow barn, maybe, yeah, let's do some, ooh, hello. A wheel loader might be a good thing to have in that cron. Anyway, right, if we go over to 9 here, we could put this cow barn basically right here, I think. Or if not there, then right along here somewhere. Maybe right there. We can take up a little bit more of the field with that stuff. We'll have, it doesn't need to be huge. We could take up most of that. And then we could put, well, we could put a decent couple of sheds down here. Maybe, maybe not. Again, it's, these things are not bad, actually. I do install a lot of shed mods when I Look at you, you're even bigger. I do install a lot of shed mods when I see the mods come in on the mod page. But we could get, oh, that's right, this thing is only turns the one way. So we could get a bunker silo to handle that kind of thing. We could get, where's that hayloft? We could put the hayloft down, maybe right along the road. But again, we have the multi-fruit silo, which handles hay just fine. So we could probably take up most of this with the cows and a bunker silo of some sort. I mean, the bunker silo could go down along here. We could dump things in it. Although, I don't know, that's a little close. I think we don't own this chunk. So let's have a look at that, actually. How does one purchase? Oh, no, we would own that chunk. So we could put the bunker silo there. Yeah. Yeah, we would definitely put the bunker silo and a hayloft there. And then run mixes out of that. Although, with bunker silo, I would actually rather have the hayloft. Because I would be close. And then we would actually run one of the self-propelled TMR mixers. One of these guys, because then we can just grab directly from the bunker silo. I mean, the other option still is if we're just going to wait until we can harvest and sell all those wood chips again, we'll have enough to buy this land, probably by that time especially, and we'll have enough to get the biggin, which has its own feed system. So if we, yeah, so then we would just stick all of that stuff right in there in the raw, and it would make its own TMR. I wonder if I can put it here, kind of across that waterway. Whether the cows would have a problem doing that, I don't know if we'd be allowed to. But then we could open up and take all of this, and then we can just, yeah, then we could just put silage bales, because we do have the baler still. So, anyway, there's nothing else to do this month, or next month probably, unless by some wacky occurrence. Oh, we may need to weed that. So, I'm interested in finding out whether we need to weed that or not, as is. So, we are going to move on and weed that. So, yeah. Alright, it's April. Elmer's Manufacturing Ravage. What the heck is that? Ah, straw bales. Yep. We will still need to do that eventually. 36,000 liter, 3,600 liter bucket, mod mower, which we don't need. So let's have a look at weeds. Yes, we do need to go weed that. So we're off to weed that. While we can still use the weeder. If you're on it, you don't need to worry about running running, you know, chemicals to get rid of your weeds, as long as you jump on it right away. So we've got our canola and our barley, and our poplar's looking like poplar. And we've got a good little chunk of money sitting there around now. It's actually pretty good that way. So right, let's jump on weeding this big old field here. Alright, well that's done and taken care of. So now it is just a matter of waiting for something else interesting to happen. Specifically, probably our canola being ready. We can take a quick look at the calendar. Okay, our barley's going to be ready in June. And we are getting pretty heavy onto the barley in terms of our overage. I mean, we've still got whatever's in the chicken coop, 9,000 still, plus whatever's in the trailer there with it, which I don't know how much that is. Plus, we've also got 60,000 still in the silo. So, and then who knows how much that's going to be. I don't know what the yield is per hectare on barley. I know there is a spreadsheet out there that would tell me that, but I don't know what the actual yield is. But in the meantime, we're just still kind of cruising through the months. And it's only 1 month, actually, that comes down to it. I'm keeping this thing because we will be getting back to some wood stuff eventually. Although, in hard economy, I think we're better off sticking with actual farming and production chains and that sort of thing. So that being done and the chickens being good, let's go over and look at the chickens real quick. We can at the very least clean up that. Okay, that's still got 8,000 in it, so that's good for a couple more months. Yeah, we're probably going to end up with 60,000 plus whatever we get off the current barley fields. Be nice if that mod, that double stack mod, I don't know if there's a mod that actually stacks your output, or there was for FS22, so that you get more room. It stacks things too high, I think. I'm looking forward to being able to get the good, I think it's a Kubota skid steer loader. I mean, not that it will help me here, but it will help me not having to drive this thing back and forth. So right, that's basically it until we're on, well, we can fill the water. And we'll never have to fill that other one again. Unless we do go throw another greenhouse down over there. Might be kind of cool to get into the whole preserved foods business and start making kimchi, but that factory is pretty expensive if I recall. Productions, factories. Like, the cheap factory is not worth it. But if we look at it's the preserved foods factory of some sort. Yeah. That guy, I thought there were two possibles, but maybe one of them's a mod. But yeah, we could start making kimchi. That's 330,000. So we've got to go pick that up at some point. But we won't really need to pick it up until we actually need to pick it up. So we're just going to move on. May, we can just skip through May pretty much entirely. The chickens still have their food. We've got water, plenty of water. So then, what are we looking at? That's it for maintenance. June is when we harvest the barley, so let's go to June and harvest some barley. Yeah, I don't really want to sell the barley raw. I want to process it. So getting a big old overage is not a problem because I am going to get the flour mill and we are going to start producing flour. But now we can actually harvest barley, which we will get a worker doing. Let's look at that sale. Man, that thing, I want that thing. That's That's the ultimate in tree work, which we could go back to doing. I had said just a little bit ago that I did want to get back into tree work, which is why I'm not selling that one thing. And then there's this, which would be good. We wouldn't need the other one. Let's just see if there's, just for giggles, let's see, no harvesting contracts. We gotta go, man. We're gonna have to drive through this guy's field, I guess. Just a little bit. Luckily, we don't damage neighbor crops. We're gonna own that field soon. I don't think we have poplar yet. Let's see what he's gonna do. Okay, he's gonna do the right thing. Good. Well, while he's getting lined up, let's get a trailer out. The orange one doesn't do barley, as far as I know. It's purely wood chips and that sort of thing. But we've got some time while we wait. Might as well clean some of these guys up. It's funny, even though the thing is movable, the power washer is movable, I still drive to where it is. I think it's because it's more of a pain to move it than it is to bring things to it. But it's good to have clean equipment. And while we're waiting around, let's look at, yeah, these guys are not ready nearly at all. This guy will be ready in the next month or two. But in the meantime, let's get these harvested. Alright, well, that is the barley harvested. I'm kind of thinking I have so much barley now that I could maybe go with oats or wheat in this field. Although I'm out of range of all of that. So if I did wheat and then harvested it in July, I could then throw down barley again. Oh, I can. Okay, well, I can't do that. But yeah, I would be able to swap back and forth between those two, which would be cool. Or I could throw down canola in this field next time. But if I did wheat, then I could get set for at least a few seasons, a few years. Then I could get set for having, when I do finally get the grain mill, the flour mill, I could actually get myself set for having multiple crops. Wow. This thing is really, really, really big. I'm a little bit annoyed that this combine doesn't properly do the auto unloading. When I pull up, I can't unload on the go. If I can't get that fixed somehow, I may have to actually sell this thing and get a different one, which will be annoying. Hopefully something that can handle that same sunflower header, which I'm sure exists. So with that said, we're back to our waiting game. Let's see, do we need to lime these fields or anything? $32 needs lime. So I guess we will lime these fields up. Well, we'll lime 32. Anyway. And see where we're at from there. But yes, I may have to sell that harvester, as cool as it is. So that's the liming done. And again, we look at what needs doing. 33 needs lime, but I'm not going to lime it this time. And everything else is ready to go. I need to get in the habit of actually looking down here too. So yeah, we are good. Everybody needs rolling. I guess we really ought to get a roller. How much is the roller? I kind of want the bigger roller though. So we go look at yield improvements, rollers. Right, we could get this Rexius at 12 meters, or we could save a bit more and get the land roller at 115 meters. I think we'll save for the land roller. In the meantime, I think June is done. Have a quick look at the chickens. They're still doing good. We'll pop over to the water and get that water filled. It wasn't that low to begin with. $62, $63, $64, $65. And looks like we'll be doing poplar and canola. Poplar in the next couple of months and canola after that. So, well, not after. Canola is next for sure. Yep. Canola is in July. And right, if we start running wheat in that big field, in those two big fields I just had barley in, I mean, we could feed the wheat to the chickens too, but we won't need to. It looks like if I just manage and keep about 30,000 barley in the silo at any given point in time, then I'll always have barley to feed the chickens. So we can run 70,000 barley through, or 80,000 barley through the flour mill. Let's have a look at that flour mill. Or do we just want to buy the one? There is actually one on the map. I don't know whether I can buy it or not. It's a big old thing. We start running sunflowers on a different part of the map and dump barley and wheat and whatnot directly into here if we could own it. It's a big old thing though. I suspect it's not purchasable. I guess if it was purchasable, it would be right on it would be purchasable right here, right? Because anything you can purchase has a buy listed in it. So I guess I can't buy a grain mill. Or at least not that one. Which means we need to actually buy one. And soup, paper, saw, carpentry, grain mill. Oh, it's not that big. I wonder if we could... No, not there. But if we bought 9, we could stick it out here somewhere. Alright, well that's something to shoot for. And I think that will be the end of the episode for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.